Hey, my bold and the beautiful fans. Hopefully, you're having a terrific Thursday as we're getting closer to the end of the week. We got a crazy episode to talk about, so let's get to it. First, we see Finn contacting Steffy. Hope gives Deacon an ultimatum, and Lee smashes Sheila's face in a plate of Bolognese. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. This is your Bold and the Beautiful recap for October 19th. And without any further ado, let's talk about this crazy episode. So the episode starts with Hope and her mom Brooke entering the Forrester Creations office. Now Hope is determined to channel her energy into something productive, so she suggests a budgetary meeting. However, her mind soon drifts to her worries with Thomas, especially her mom's worries, leading her to want to shift the focus to the issue of Deacon and Sheila. Now Brooke is deeply concerned about Deacon and Sheila's situation, and for her it's nothing short of a nightmare, and she's clearly worried about the consequences that could come from the relationship. Then Carter enters the scene, and he is absolutely furious about Sheila and Deacon getting involved. He had feared that something like this might happen, and Hope is baffled by the entire situation, especially since he knew before they did. Anyway, she feels betrayed by her father, especially after all of the hard work that they've done to build a relationship. The recklessness of it all leaves her just shaking her head in disbelief. Now, Hope and the others have attempted to reach out to Deacon, but their efforts have been in vain. Hope is determined to use her father's love for her to her advantage. She believes that she can get through to him and potentially stop this dangerous liaison before more harm is done by putting an ultimatum on the table. And the crazy thing is, just as much as they're wondering why is Deacon choosing to be with her, Hope, maybe you ought to ask the same question, because the same thing you're doing with Thomas behind closed doors is the same thing that Sheila and Deacon are doing behind closed doors. Anyway, as she leaves, Brooke pleads with her to be cautious. So now, in the midst of all this chaos, Finn takes a moment to call Steffy and expresses how much he misses her and the family. Finn's mother, Lee, joins the scene and advises him to cut Sheila out of his life. She doesn't think Sheila should be trusted, especially given the history. However, Finn is in a difficult position now that Sheila and Deacon are together. And he was like, what else do you think I can do? I done tried everything but drag her out of town, which is what we've all been said. Nobody could do what they wanted him to do in 35 years. And so I'm glad he came to that determination. He hopes Sheila genuinely wants love, but it's a complicated situation that he can't simply make her leave. Now, upon hearing or learning that Sheila is working for Giardino as part of her rehabilitation, Lee is determined to do something about it. So she expresses her frustration, believing that Sheila should be back in prison again. And then she just take off, presumably to take action and poke the bear. And the crazy thing is how these folks always talk about how they're so afraid of the dangerous Sheila Carter. They love jumping in her face, trying to provoke her. Now, over at Sheila and Deacon's place, Sheila models her uniform and assures Deacon that she just wants a normal, quiet, private life. Deacon hopes that she can let go of her obsession, though, with Finn, and understands that he needs to be kept out of their lives for the sake of their future together. He emphasizes that he put everything on the line for her, and it's now her turn to make some sacrifices to keep everybody safe. Now, Sheila promises to have no communication with her son and Steffy, understanding that Finn won't forgive her if Steffy doesn't return. Now, she does her makeup and expresses her desire for a normal, conflict-free life. However, she playfully requests a foot massage for all 9 toes when she returns home. So now, before Deacon Deacon can leave, Hope arrives and warns him that his involvement with Sheila could cost him everything he's built, including his relationship with her. She's having a hard time believing her father's love amidst all of this turmoil. Now, she urges him to choose his family and end this whole Sheila situation immediately. I'm wondering, would you do the same? Oh, yeah, you haven't. And both Finn and your mom said the same thing about Thomas. Why don't you let Shekun do what they do while Thope do what they do? This is where it gets real messy. Over at Il Giardino, a confrontation begins between Lee and Sheila. Now, Lee is filled with disdain for Sheila, whom she describes as a despicable, diabolical creature. Now, Sheila offers her a cocktail, and Lee's disgusted reaction prompts Sheila to serve sparkling water to help Lee's upset stomach. Lee deliberately knocks the sparkling water to the ground, and if I was Deacon, I would charge her for that. Anyway, as Sheila cleans it up, Lee is still poking the bear, goading her, insisting that Sheila belongs behind bars. Now, Sheila, claiming that she's changed, reassures Lee that she is no longer a threat to her son and just want to be loved. Now, Lee questions what will happen if Deacon eventually rejects Sheila, just like everyone else has. Sheila confidently states that she won't have anything to worry about because she made a promise to her man to avoid trouble. As a final twist, Lee alleges that there's something in the sauce that she brings to Sheila's attention. When Sheila leans over to inspect it, Lee abruptly grabs the back of her head and smashes it into a plate of Bolognese in a shocking moment. And of course, Hollis, who's present, reacts with astonishment. And of course, it left us with the cliffhanger, Sheila lifting her head covered in meat sauce and Lee acting like a mean girl, smiling, leaving the viewers, of course, on the edge of their seats to see what's going to happen next. I wouldn't do a darn thing when Deacon comes up there and see what Lee has done. First of all, breaking my property in my restaurant, I would charge her for that. And I would tell her, if you can't respect my staff, get out and don't come back. Okay, so there you have it, your bold and the beautiful recap for Thursday, October 19th, 2023. This was an absolute crazy episode. And like I said, for those that are always screaming about being so afraid of Sheila Carter, y'all show now how to get into her face. And then when she clap back, then you want to scream foul. You throw the rock and hide the hand. You know what? Anyway, hopefully you checked out the Young and the Restless recap for today as well. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.